Hi, my name is Jonathan, and I go to International School Almere in the Netherlands. As you can see, that's me, and I'm not the intimidating guy you see on that poster. So, before PGC, like many others, I was not conscious about my life. I didn't give much attention to the things happening around me, which is pretty selfish when I think about it. I didn't know that we as humans have the power and choice to either be a positive or negative influence on the world around us. I never really made that choice, but when I think about it, I think I was more near the negative side. I knew what climate change was, and I knew what global warming was because I was learning about it in school. Yet I still chose not to do anything about it because I was like, why would I? I don't see anything happening. It's not affecting me, and that's what I thought. Through PGC, I learned so much more about myself and about the environment around me. I learned about so many factors that I never even thought influenced the environment. Things like fashion, how so many people suffer when producing my trendy clothing from H&M, Zara, Primark, and the list goes on, only to be worn for a couple of months and then gets thrown away and just never gets worn again. To know that the people that made this barely get enough money to provide for their family, how some have even escaped from their own countries because of war, only to end up in worse situations. My mother grew up in a city in the south of India called Bangalore. Like many other big cities in India, Bangalore is being heavily polluted. This is because of things such as sewage waste and industrial pollution. It's even worse because Bangalore has a population of 8.4 million, and a fifth of that lives in slums, which is about 1.5 million. Can you imagine how much waste that is? A couple of weeks ago, the government had to close down schools in Delhi because it was too polluted outside. I am privileged to have grown up in a country a lot of where a lot of importance is given to sustainability. The Netherlands is known for its use of windmills in both waters and lands, and the use of solar panels. The government also subsidizes many green initiative projects. By 2050, they plan on cutting down carbon emissions by 95% compared to 1990. This brings me to my vision, which is human equity. A couple of months back, I visited this settlement in the south of Africa called Lethabong. During my stay when I worked there, I came to know how it wasn't being supported nor recognized by the government, how some of them didn't have access to basic needs such as clean water, food, and shelter. Lethabong is just an example of many. Like Lethabong, there are many other communities around the world that are that have needs of their own. Don't get me wrong, I do find things such as compost, recycling, zero waste important. But like I said, the Netherlands is already doing so much more to lead to a better sustainable environment. So I'm like, why would I focus on my own community if I could focus on other communities in the world and reach out to them and see what their needs are? Just think about it. There's no point in having a perfectly sustainable country when there are millions of people all over the world that are lacking basic needs that you and me might just take for granted. Just know that these people have not had the education of knowing what sustainability means, what global warming is, what climate change is. And I want to be able to give that to them. I want to be able that after supplying and providing them with the needs that they have, which whatever it is, and then that I'm able to educate them on sustainability and how they can lead a sustainable life, how they can move on and improve their communities. This little kid right here is Kamu. Kamu is about 2 years old. I want to be able to give kids like him the opportunities I have had, or even far more beyond. I want him to be able to stand here 15 years from now at PGC 2032. My ideas are not that incredible, but I'm sure that there are millions of kids out there that have far more innovating ideas, yet they just didn't have the chance to develop or express them yet. I want to end this with a quote I stumbled upon the other day, which goes as follows. Let's change the way we eat, Let's change the way we live, and let's change the way we treat each other. You see, the old way wasn't working, so it's on us to do what we gotta do to survive. This quote is from rapper Tupac. You might think, huh, Tupac? Yes, Tupac. Although he was stating this in a very different context, it stuck with me, and I learned that I could apply this to our planet too. We do gotta change the way we eat. We do gotta change the way we live, and we definitely gotta change the way we treat each other. If there's anything I learned from PGC, it's that the small changes we as individuals can make that can lead to a better environment. Thank you.